So I planted these lettuce on the 21st, and I don't know if you can see this, but some of them, as you can see right here, are coming up already. Stand back, please. These ones, this is my kale. Dragon kale. It's coming up really quick already too. Also planted on the 21st. So that's a good thing. My lettuce is coming up, because after reaching minus 16 the other day, my garden has taken a real hit, and I think I have just a few healthy lettuce plants left. And most of this is the bed that I couldn't cover up with blankets and towels because I ran out. And the reason why I chose not to do this one was because most of the lettuce was going to seed anyways. So out of all the beds, this one I minded losing the least. But I still, after minus 16, with just 2 layers of, it's actually Agribon 30. I've said 19 before, but I looked at my order and it's Agribon 30. These are totally firm. So those lettuces are completely fine after only 2 covers of Agribon 30, minus 16. And it wasn't just one night. We had a real hard cold snap that our lake, which hasn't frozen over all winter, finally froze over and was 3 inches thick. These are also really firm. And my Chinese cabbage still doing okay. My this I did I cover this? Yeah, I did. My carrots are still doing okay. We also saw my kale starting to come up in my seedlings, but my red Russian it's still completely firm, and this did not get covered with an additional layer of blankets or anything. This just had the 2 layers of Agribon 30, minus 16 degrees. This old Chinese cabbage, again on the east side, damage on the west side, firm and healthy still, for the most part. My Swiss chard, even after I cleaned it out, that minus 16 took out more plants. I do have some potted up to grow, but I mean, some of this is still firm. So, like, that's firm. And you can tell whether it's gonna come up or not if the inside is still firm, the leaves. Like, I'm not too sure about this plant. This is completely froze. All of it is droopy. I don't know. But we'll see. My mom says that it might come up. Firm. So that's really cool. This bed over here of onions, I never covered up with anything all winter as an experiment. And they're still green at the center despite this whole winter of being exposed. I think that these ones will come up and go to bloom, and I will let them go to seed. Most of these are heirlooms, I think. This was beets that did horrible all year, and see, when were they planted? Oh, I didn't write the date, darn. And so I just let them die back. Their natural sugars and stuff will feed the microbiology in the soil. And so that's totally fine. It's not a huge loss. They were never covered either. My purple sprouting cabbage, not cabbage, broccoli. This end it was left open. I sent a kid out here to cover up my plants, and they didn't pull it over this end. So cold air was just wafting in here. And so the purple sprouting broccoli that was sitting here closest to the opening in the fabric, completely open, is gonna die. You can see it's split. So I have no hopes of these coming back. But if you go further on in, these ones are still, it's so precarious and slippery here because my soil's so moist, firm and healthy. So these ones still might make it. Purple sprouting, early purple sprouting broccoli, planted September 6th. I think my cauliflower is officially done. It just got too cold. I don't think it's gonna come back. Oh. And this is hit and miss. I think this is rotten, but I'm not too sure if the sprouts will come or not. It does smell like rotten broccoli here, so I think that's from this head. And then these are looking not so hot. But the plants are not split. So like this one, I'm gonna harvest the broccoli tops, the heads today, and leave the plants in place and see what the side shoots do. My Asian greens, did okay, I guess. Like, they did take more damage, and I'm gonna have to come out here and clean them again. Today it's gonna get up to plus 9 degrees Celsius. I don't know if I'm gonna have time today to do this or not. We're heading into another cold snap, so this is my only warm day to get stuff done. And then I'm no longer convinced that my cabbage will make it. I don't know. Like, the inside leaves are still firm, but this outside stuff, I'm not sure, which is a little bit sad, especially since, like, this one is, like, it's bigger than my fist. So that might have been too much for it. And then my Mizuna, or however you plant, just call that's looking, it also got hit. Some of these leaves are definitely not going to make it, but I think the plants might, except for this really fine frilly stuff. I don't think that's going to make it, but I have that stuff planted inside again to replace it anyways. It'll come out here in about 4 weeks. And my onions, so I have sweet Spanish long day onions. Oh darn, I didn't write the date on that. Oh, this one I wrote the date on, September 6th. So I sowed those on September 6th, and I transplanted them in here mid-October. So and then I have some round Tropea, still doing good. And then the third variety I have planted in here, also September, oh no, this one is the White Lisbon bunching onion, September 16th I sowed that. Wow, I'm gonna have a lot of that. I don't think I'm gonna need that much. Interesting. Anyways, that's my update after minus 16 degrees Celsius. That's, I think that's 3 degrees Fahrenheit. And for the most part, still looking good. I think we've got another maybe cold snap to get through before it starts warming up here. And yeah, so there's the update.